and I would feel yet more blessed. Hey, call me Will. I'm going to call you... Yes.
So...
Now... Oh, yes. The light's way too bright and go Scooby like a mata, but... So anyway, I just started to talk to you, right? When we were interrupted by the need for me to transfer some money into my children's... out of their IRA that my father left for them. So, I want to invite you into our community. I mean, it's a little unfortunate, but CR, I don't know what your middle initial is, so I couldn't do it. But CR, we could call you CR. I mean, the reality is you could call yourself anything you want, but don't call yourself, you know what your name is. I mean, you do. I know you know what your name is. But I mean, I know what your name is too. At least your public name. I mean, maybe that's not your real name. Maybe your name is Charles or something, you know? And you decided you didn't like it, which is your right. I have no problem with that. I mean, you could change your name. I've changed my name. I was just saying, Will. Yes, call me Will. And when you introduce yourself, we're calling you which it's really hard to say. C-R. No vowels, you know? There's no U after the R. Or there's no cur. There's no I between the C and the R. It's a little tricky, but who cares, you know? It's kind of fun. I mean, we just make a game of this. Because humor is part of what we do. I mean, it's actually it's a fundamental piece of what we're trying to do. And we parroters, those of us who, where is my forget about? I'm sorry. When I do this for years, I was carrying, and all the time, a recorder right here, and that I called it parroting, and I developed a sense of like, well, what the hell do you do with this thing? You know, how do you do it? When do you do it? Why? What's the very fucking purpose of recording my whole frickin' life? Well, I've learned some things, some amazing things, both in terms of learning how to do things that I never thought I could do. I should really have made that number 2, because number 1 is more like learn some things about the way I actually do things, as opposed to what I think I should be doing, or what I was taught to do, or what my parents thought was right, or what the government says, you know, the liberal media, or the right-wing media, or the paranoid conspiracy, you know, all the nonsense. Frickin' nonsense bullshit. And I have to say, sir, we can't say you Sir Kerr, because that would mean you're like one of those, a cur, you know, C-U-R. There ain't no you there. Remember, no you. So we'd have to, if I say sir, I have to really resist the, you know, the rhyming thing, you know. Sir Kerr would sound good. But I can't say that. I have to say Sir Kerr. It's annoying, but we like to be annoyed sometimes because it's good practice, because there are things in life that are really annoying, and if we could sort of practice being annoying ourselves, and then dealing with it, saying, okay, you're a pain in the butt to live with, you know? You are. I mean, I'm not talking to you, Kerr, I'm talking to right now, because even though I'm thinking about you, I'm thinking that I'm going to see you tonight. I guess you have a book. And you're going to do a book signing and everything. And so I'm going to give you my card. I mean, when you see this, I will have given you my card. And that's a very interesting thing, this media, 21st century media. It ain't like what it was. We don't need the mediation of the studios, the distribution network, the FCC. We don't need to be the CIA or we don't need to be the FBI to become the FIB, which we're working on that one. That's the idea. We're planning on making a website. It's the FIB. Okay, we use acro words in Paratopia. This is really annoying, I know. So anyway, be annoyed. You see, we're used to it and changing the colors. You see, if I put my hands up, it gets yellow, and if I put my hands down, it's all white. It's like, it's interesting. Ooh, look at that. Well, now, isn't that interesting? Life is interesting. It really is. And it's people who have a sense of humor and ability to act that help us remember that. Very important thing we guys do. You successfully to lots and lots of people, me to only like one-on-one. I mean, that's a bit it, and I really freak people out. So that's why I've started to learn, well, I'll do it to, well, I am talking to you, but anybody else wants to listen. And I'm working on that. That's my whole other side, the marketing. 21st century media does not have to be mediated. I mean, that's going to be a hallmark of 21st century media, which will be the revolutionary media, the one that nobody else understands what's going on. Even though what we talk about it, we're totally open about what we're doing. It's just that people don't listen to us because we are outside of the conventional sense of where the money is, Where's the important stuff? Money and power and influence and prestige, it's all the same thing. But in other words, the go-wogo, right, I'm sorry, I realize I'm getting to it. Sometimes I start talking like in a way that's a little, people say, what the frick is that guy saying? He starts off on what? It starts off, he's becoming Big Bird now. It starts off like an A word, as anyone can see. But somewhere in the middle it gets awful queer to me. Oh, Abkadefki Jigulmanofquist Wixes. If I ever find out. No, that's later. It's the most remarkable word there ever is. Abkadefki Jigulmanofquist Wixes. I wish I knew exactly what it is. Oh, it starts out like an A word. As anyone can see, Anyone can see it starts out like an A word. As anyone can see, but somewhere in the middle, oh my gosh, it gets awful queer to me. I mean, I'm near the Monop, what the heck? There's Apkadefki Jiggle Monop. I mean, I didn't understand the stuff before, but it's just now I can't keep track of it. But you see, Big Bird was able to. He was an expert phonetic decoder. Most people don't know that. So that when the black guy, Grover was the blue guy. One of the blue guys, right? There's more, there's Cookie Monster's blue. Think about that as far as, the educational value of teaching people. Me eat cookie. I mean, is this really what the people in Children's Television Workshop or whatever that organization that did such amazing things, who thought of that? I think there was one of these Jim Henson wasn't he involved somehow? Or somebody was a guru. And that guru had had certain blind spots. But because he was a guru, everybody has to listen to him. Like our friend Steve Jobs. I say present because he's still there. I mean, he's the ghost or shade. The shade. He's a little paler than he's a shade paler. He's working on the way to get all the way to gray. Forget about it. That was just a throw. That was just cause you know what? Sometimes the brain just needs to, that sort of thing. Just belch it out, some stupid nonsense that makes no sense. And go, it just is. It's Bacano. You get it? Bacano. Lifnei Melech, oh, I was always so happy when we got there, because I knew that that's it. That was the end of the Oleno Lishobea. That was the last long thing. Then we got to sing like Shema, and then we could do Had God, yeah, no, wrong. This was every Shabbos morning. And the good songs, Adon Olam, Asher Malah, I'm called, Yitzir Nifratzis, Evira. Lietz not so, Behesed Na'ol, Hazai Melech, Shemoni Gra, Meli, Bekwali, Alu Stabli, Fukuku Kakaki. I haven't sung this song, prayer, since I was way over there. And a long time ago, I'll tell you it was. But I still wouldn't mind sitting in any old synagogue where people are singing those songs. It would remind me of my terror. Why do I want to be reminded? Because the music. Because it was an island of joy. Joy. That the service was almost over. And these songs were always fun to sing. And then afterwards we have a little bagel nosh, Oh boy, it's time for the frickin' bagels. So that's why. So a little trip down memory lane, even though, I was in the suburbs of Judaism. It's not the city and it's not the country. Grew up in the suburbs of New Jersey. Oh my God. But Peter Sagal grew up in the same town. Peter Sagal from, wait, don't tell me. Same town as me. Though I didn't know him. He's a little boy. I don't know how old he is, but he's a little boy. Anyway, I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just comparing our ages. Yours and mine to his. Although I have to say that you're probably more older than I am that he is. It's just that I'm in that sophomoric period of life where I go, hey, I'm an old guy finally. Which means, oh man, those kids. Was I ever that immature and stupid and conformist and thinking that I've got to do this shit in life? I was like that once. Oh, I feel sorry for these people. Maybe I can help them. That's the way it is. Anyway, I gotta pee. Oh, that's okay. I can do it right now. I've learned. You see, this is interesting. I'm right outside the VDC, which I think is going to get busted big time. Oh, they're gonna regret it. And I want to talk to them soon. In fact, I'm going to do it soon. They're going to get busted. To be honest, I don't really like these people very much. But on the other hand, they're not assholes as far as I know, and maybe a little. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're who they are. No. The guy's always been friendly to me. He's just kind of a little empty. He doesn't. Well, you see, he doesn't see me for who I. He just looks at me like some schmo. So anyway, I'm going on and on. I was falling in love with your buttons and bows. It's a beautiful day. I think you're practically my father's age, I think. I think you're younger, but not that much younger. And your son was no more than 15 years older than me, I think. Right? So, your son and me are almost same generation. So you're, yeah. I think. My guess you're born before 1930, right? So you're getting on. Life is being more difficult for you. Well, that's actually, it's really interesting that I'm talking to you now. Oh, I do have to pee. Let me pee. That's all right. Don't worry. We don't. It's one of the wonderful things about getting old. I don't give a flying fuck. Come Come on. If people want to see me pee, they can see me pee. I'm happy to let them. I don't think it's very interesting myself. Some people might find it interesting, and if they do, well, can of her, you know? So I've got these 2 pea pots here, and they're very nice to have. They give me about a day and a half of freedom from bathrooms. Although I do not have a shitter yet. That's something I've been thinking about. I mean, that would take up a lot of space. But maybe not. Maybe it's a portable... Maybe all it is a folding kind of toilet seat, right? With some kind of bags that I buy, one-use bags, right? Probably. You know, I don't know this stuff, and when I'm saying right to you, I'm not saying as if you know this, although... Getting older, you do. You learn these things, right? Because life, getting older, ain't really for sissies. It ain't. Although there are a lot of sissies, and they've been retired long. I mean, we know most people just kind of retire in terms of being themselves. They just say, well, I guess I'll just be, sort of the happy. It's pretty awful. Here we go. What's going on? What's going on with I can say no more. There we go. Hi. Now, have I got the deal for you? Though, what am I doing talking to you about that? You wait. You know what's happening, Kerr? Kerr. I'm sorry. You see, I'm saying wrong. Kerr? You're not a Kerr. I mean, you're not a Kerr. But you're not even named that, you know? Like, CR. Hey, how you doing? This guy's just kind of... What's that guy doing in there? I mean, I'm talking. To himself? Yes. No, I'm talking to CR. It's tricky. CR is a lot easier. So we could let's call you CR, and you could call yourself anything. But for now, I'm telling you, baby, that I'm communicating to you, whether you hear me or not, is not really in my control. But what is in my control is my ability to say, oh, right now, I have an opportunity to communicate something to you, and I'm beginning to realize, well, wait a minute, it's me. And, I'm starting to get, not at you, please. I'm not getting angry at you, but you might hear some anger. But you probably would totally understand that. Hey, here, come on. This is what I do.
What are you doing, making videos?
Yeah, and just so you know, only myself.
I can see that now, but you're making everybody nervous. And
Well, you know what? Let them get over it.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Have a good day. No, you know what? I'm going to talk to you because through this. Okay. And when I do, I'll just give you the website. And because I'm actually concerned about something, but don't worry, nothing bad. I mean, I like you, that's all. And I like to talk to people that I like. Okay? I like the fact that you're kind of doing this. I mean, I love people who do this.
I don't do that. I just have nothing else to do.
No, I'm just saying in your basic manner. No, in a good way. I'm saying, you do your life.
Well, I try to.
That's what, and a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Most people don't.
Where's the puppy?
Well, do you know I've spent 10 days in jail?
Oh, no.
And my puppy's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
And you know I spent 10 days in jail?
Why?
I was dancing in front of Bruce Springsteen's 300-acre estate, but on the road. I wasn't even trespassing or nothing, really. I recorded the whole thing. And it's going to be, it's part of the story. It's an amazing story.
Sorry about
and I got,
dog,
yeah, yeah. Well,
that bothers me.
maybe, yeah. It's okay. No, my dog's in a better place.
Well, I'm glad you're out of jail.
Yeah, so life is good, and so I just
wanted to see who it was. I mean,
I saw people looking,
yeah,
but you know what? It's
know.
really fun to have people like you instead of fucking right-wing assholes who also do the same thing. It's interesting.
Come in and smoke a joint when you're done.
Okay. So, well, that's good. Talking to this guy. So, anyway, life is getting very interesting. Because I'm starting to talk. I've talked to people like you, but never thinking about you, CR. Not because I wouldn't, it's just that I have this whole list of people who are really, I've really gotten to know well. The people, not all of whom would be considered humorous, but James Joyce was a very funny guy. He really was. I mean, when you read him, I mean, there he says, I'll laugh a moment. Except it takes you a lot more than a moment to figure out what the fuck he's talking about. It's amazing how much you can breathe out and also breathe. Say no more, because once you get out of it, you just say you do what Timothy Leary said. You know, then you do the third thing is the first thing. Because the third thing is the freedom to be yourself, as opposed to be what other people want you to be. He said, turn on to your whole incredibly, unbelievably miraculous neurological system. 1, tune in to the fact that you're surrounded by incredibly, unbelievably miraculous neurological systems, as well as, and I don't mean just people, I mean trees and everything that's got some kind of organization, intelligence, the difference between nothing, rocks, say. I mean, and even there has got to be a difference between 0, which is totally inconceivable, of course, and they're now rocks. But let's go to the difference between rocks and any form of life, any form. There's something fundamentally different. I love the fact that the word fundamental starts with those 3 letters, F-U-N. And I like F-U as the first ones. You know, and it can be, if I were black, there'd be no problem in me saying, fuck you, nigga. You know, and hey, you know why not? You know, fun. Hey, I'm just having fun when I say fuck you, nigga, baby poo. You know, what? Hey, you telling me that I can't use that word that you guys use all the time? Well, F-E, goo, fuck you, nigga. I can use the same word you use. Of course, you use it. You're going to say, I can't treat you the way you treat your friends. Oh, I can't. What? Who says that, froho bogo? Being in jail is a very interesting experience. It really is. I've learned a lot. It's amazing. It's like the life-changing, it's bogo. Holy shit, really. And what's so amazing about it is it all fits into what I was doing. I mean, in a way that I could not possibly imagine. I mean, come on, baby poo. I'm going to check myself into jail for 10 days to find out how unbelievable the L.A. County Sheriff's Department and their jails are. Unfreaking believable, and it's something we need to make into a movie. A, because it'll sell well, because it's you know what it is. It's actually true. And it's not only happening now, I mean, it's not finished. Shut up. I just turned on my radio by mistake. I've got to be careful about having the key in the too far of a position, which I need to do the windows. Oh my, skabibis and skababis. The number of times I've left that on for a while, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then, time to go. Clack. I've had to, I have one of these jump starter things, and it's a pain. It's a real pain to keep it charged. It keeps losing its charge, so I have to keep finding places to plug it in, and it takes forever. And, you know, I like to complain, just by the way. I mean, not because I really anymore give a shit. I don't. I'm free of it. So what? So what? So what if there are inconveniences in life? It's like, is the world there for me? You know? Anybody think, hey, raise your hand, everybody out there. If you think that the entire world is set up for me. I mean, I'm not talking about you. I mean, you might say, of course it's set up for me. For you. I mean, you being me. You know, me being you. Is, you know what I'm saying. So what I'm going to... Okay, now I'm going to talk to you, sir, the guy who runs this thing, whose attitude, attitude, without being outrageous. I don't mean it that way. It's more like, no. There are two forms of fuck you. One is, fuck you, I want to bother you. I want to bother you. Fuck you. The other kind is, I'm just getting rid of you. Fuck you. Okay? Look, I don't care. I really don't care. Fuck, I don't give a flying fahoogle. If you think I'm the most you know, you have every right to be. I mean, one of the most important things that I got from my hour-and-a-half lecture from the 12-step preacher up there in Topeka, it's amazing. Like, these people appear in my life. Like, what the hell? I just had this, like, disastrous interaction with this female that we were falling in love with each other, and then I completely kaboo it. And like, it was the kind of thing, well, you know what? I could use about an hour and a half talking, too, about what just happened. And lo and behold, there's this woman who is like, she's known. She's the 12-step, like, preacher. And while she herself is very religious, a Christian, I'm pretty sure, but you see, she doesn't, you know she is, whatever. It doesn't matter. She doesn't tell you to believe her way. No, she says, look, this is what I've learned in my life. You know? Yeah. You start saying words like kind of, well, I was kind of, kind of angry. Well, you either were or you weren't. Because in actions in life, you either do something or you don't. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, it's a series of those. Life's just a series of moments during which we do this or do that or do nothing. And then we're in the next moment in which either there's no outcome at all, we're just in the flow. We're just kind of in the middle. We're flowing down the middle of the river and there's whatever, nothing really's going on. But yeah, then all of a sudden we might come up to like a bend in the river or some rapids. Oh, well now things are a lot more complicated. And go waka wala bugo wait. Keep your feet downstream. Keep your feet downstream. If you fall out of the boat, which just happened, Well, we weren't in a boat. We're in the river. The river analogy, by the way. It's something, some Japanese... It's a very Japanese kind of idea. And it was expressed to me via somebody who was like a follower of this Japanese guy's thinking, because they're a group of people in occupational therapy circles, which I happen to have been in until I got kicked out. You wonder why I would get kicked out? Yeah, well, yeah, it's true. I got letters to cease and desist from talking to people because I wanted oh, forget about it. Someday I'll tell you about it, but right now, forget about it. It's just a waste of... It's a complete kapoopy skabunamubaga. Well, no, it's just... What am I spending so much time on it? Forget it. Ah, yes. Forget it. Forget it. I said forget it. Oh, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. I said forget it. Get it. Get it. I said forget it. Get 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 it. So, I am getting a little distracted by the people around me because people are starting to notice. You see, what had happened a little while ago was, oh, you, guy. Oh, oh, your name is Kiddiv. CDV. You know, just backwards. You know exactly who you are. Kiddiv. And it's really tricky because you don't want to say any vowels. You could say CDV or Kidvi or Kadv. Any of those things. It's just kind of a game we play in Paratopia. And on that note, I'm going to stop. Because the guy said I should go in and smoke a joint with him. I'm not going to smoke a joint with him. No. Throat. That's why I eat. I mean, I do. Smoke once a day. And I did this morning, so no more. When I came here, I got, the place all of a sudden is closed. The place that I've been going to get the stuff that I finally found is the right stuff for me. Yeah, now it's closed. Oh, it's apparently too close to a school. You know what? There's a story behind that, and they've been intimidated by somebody, and I would like to talk to them. And I'm just waiting. I mean, this guy, okay, you, CDV, I'm looking right now. You know exactly where I am, and I'm looking at why, I'm looking at your name, CDV, Kiddiv. And I'm going to stop saying it that way, just in case anybody has any idea what we're talking about, because I want to be really straight with you, guy, without you getting in any... I mean, with neither of us getting in trouble, I don't want information to be used against myself or anybody else that I have a real relationship with. Meaning a brotherly relation. Brother, BRETHER, as in brethren. I like to use that term. Brother would be fine. In fact, that's what I started doing that, and I consolidated that in jail. I had just started with it, but in jail I made it a definite thing. Oh, I'm going to call you brother, like that. Boom. I learned that from an anti-Semite, by the way. Don't worry. What am I calling you? Oh, your name is, BM, you, beam me up. As if you don't know what this guy's name is, right? You know what this guy's name is, but nobody else will, and that's important. It was really interesting. I doubt but you might. Okay, you might actually hear this someday. I might say, hey, go back and listen, because it's time to tell you something, Well, it was an interesting little thing. I mean, maybe you must... Actually, I think you were totally aware... You must have been more aware of what was going on than I gave you credit for. Because... Here I'm lying in my bed, in the middle bunk of a 3-bunk thing, which is a pain, because you can't get up. I actually started on the top, and then just because it was more quiet, I went to the middle. I think I would change it. Next time I'll be on, the idea is to be on the bottom of a 2-bunk. Those are the coveted bunks. Wow. When you have so little... You think about what you have, and you work to protect them, to protect yourself. Because when you're in a place like jail, you realize that ultimately, you only got yourself. Now, if you lead a life in jail, let's say a positive life, with humor, and with seriousness at the same time. And with the belief that, look, we're going to work this out. We're going to work it out. You're okay, I'm okay. Let's just relax. Look, I understand why you're mad at me. Or you're mad at him. It's fine. You have a right to be mad. Don't worry. If you want to yell, that's okay. There's really no problem if you want to yell. But let's try to, I want to hear you. I mean, maybe you're really angry with me. Or with him. Or with the way you've been treated by us. Us whites. You're black. And the fact is, sure, there's a lot of racism. And as a Jew, I actually have something that I can share with you. I mean, I understand a little bit about being a hated race. I do. It's been part of my life experience. So anyway, when BMU, he bemused me. Okay, so one day, I hear him saying to somebody, really, and how many people don't think I'm Jewish, Well, if they don't know it from my face, the yellow star on my shirt should help them understand. Anyway, that gets me a little glum, thinking about actualities that have happened and the possibility that they can happen again. In fact, they're actually happening right now, just maybe not on the grand scale. The people, just groups of people being massacred by other groups of people, enslaved, children soldiers, rape as a tool of war. Cutting off people's hands. Wow! And it's, what are we going to say? Oh, it's those primitive people over there. Yeah, right. Primitive people. Adolf Hitler, Joseph Goebbels. They might have had very primitive hatreds and self-loathing. Though that doesn't make them so unusual. These were incredibly brilliant people. Brilliant people! That doesn't mean they're good people! Oh, I sense hostility! Still reminds me of that on an ongoing basis. That I can be filled with hostility. Still, I'm telling her about being railroaded. I mean, okay, I'm dancing in front of high school, and everybody's watching me. I'd invited my, second oldest friend of 39 years. That's how long I've known the guy. I told his wife, oh! She drives a Mini Cooper, and you know what? I've started to notice her archetype. I spend a lot of time by the side of the road waving to people. And, when I finally said, I don't care if people think I'm crazy. People don't think I'm crazy anymore. People realize I'm doing something. I'm being open. And I've been working out my own, my own feeling of oh my gosh, I'm manipulating people. I'm getting people to... I'm almost irresistible to some kinds of people. I do a certain thing, and they just... It's automatic. They're driving, and all of a sudden their hand goes up. Or they do this. And, of course, But the thing that makes me say, you know what? Whether you're manipulating them or not, they're smiling. It's a nice thing to do. There are other things you could do, too. I kind of like to do awful things with my face. And to laugh inside. That's, I think, perhaps one of the tools of a humorist. Since I've just joined your ranks, just within the last couple of days. I mean, as in terms of my sense of who I am, it's like me. I could be a stand-up, but no, I'm not a stand-up. I'm not going to get up in front of a group of people who pay money and they have their expectations. I'm going to do it where I'm invited. And where and I'll only stay as long as I'm being respected. And if there develops a truly meaningful, positive kind of intermeshing of my energies with the energies of the people who I'm performing for, well, I will feel yet more blessed.